Hey, welcome back to a beginner's guide to using WordPress. In the previous lessons, you've learned about adding posts and pages. Now, writing the text content is done via an editor. That's called TinyMCE, and it's a WYSIWYG editor, meaning what you see is what you get. Basically, the end result will look exactly the same as what you see inside that editor. In this lesson, you'll learn all there is to know about it, so let's get started. The WordPress editor is used to create content in both pages and posts. For example, let's create a new post. This, at the bottom, is the editor, and it has two modes, visual and text. Visual allows you to create content and previewing it at the same time. The text mode shows you the HTML that's generated based on what you wrote in the visual mode. So let me give you an example. Let's start with a basic paragraph. At the bottom, you can see the word count. It can be really useful if, for example, you're writing an article and you have a maximum number of words that are allowed. Now, if you take a look at the text mode, you can see a simple text. So let's add maybe some list items. You can do that easily by using the toolbar at the top. So I'm going to hit bulleted list and then add 3 more items. Now if I go to text, you're going to see the HTML UL with 3 list items. So this is basically how it works. If you want, you can do changes in the text mode. So if I change this to OL, ordered list, in visual, it will be changed as well. In the beginning of this lesson, I was talking about the WYSIWYG and what it means. So what you see is what you get. If I publish this post and I preview it, basically what I see in my editor is what I get in my page. So in here, you get an exact preview of what's going to be published. Let's go over the toolbar. You have a couple of tools that are displayed by default. For example, bold, if you want to make the text bold, italic, strike through. You can create bulleted lists or numbered lists. You can create quotes. So I hit this and it's going to style it accordingly. If I hit update, it's going to update as well. Next, there's the horizontal line. I can add this one. Then I have options for text, alignment, left, center, or right. Then I can create links. I write something. This is a link. I'm going to remove the block quote style. Hit insert text. I can make an URL here. For example, tutsplus.com. I can give it a title. And I can choose whether or not to open the link in a new window or tab. Or I can link to an existing content. I can link to a page, I can link to a post. So it's very versatile. And then I can hit add link. Let's update it and see it. So there you go. This is a link which will take us to Tuts Plus. What else? We have remove link. So if we select a link here and we click remove, it's going to remove that link. In here, we have a read more tag. So let me explain what this does exactly. I'm going to hit update and I'm going to refresh and go to the home page. And here you can see 3 posts. And by default, on this index page, all the content is shown for my post. But let's say that I only want to show this paragraph and then a read more link. Well, I can do that easily. After the paragraph, I can insert a read more tag. I'm going to hit update and the text looks like this. So the more tag is basically an HTML comment, but WordPress identifies that as a more tag. So it cuts the content in the preview just above that tag and inserts a read more link. So now if I hit this link, I'll be taken to a page where the entire post content is being shown. So that's what a more tag does. Okay, so coming back to visual, we have this button here that says Toolbar Toggle. Now if I hit this, I get an extra set of tools. And these tools are mostly related to text. So, for example, I can select a piece of text and choose the style, either a paragraph, address, or a heading. Page title, I select this, and I put like heading 1 maybe. After all of this, I can have a smaller title, maybe an H3, and then a paragraph. So let's hit update, and there it is. That's an H1, that's an H3. So you can see just how easy it is to work with the editor. Other options here, we have underline, we have justify for text, and then we have colors. We have a color picker here, or we can hit custom to enter our own color value. Then we have the option to paste as text. And this is useful for when you copy a text from somewhere else and the styling is also copied, right? Well, when you paste as text, it's only going to paste the text, not the styling. Other options that are worth mentioning are the decrease and increase indent. So for example, if I were to have another list item here, let's say sub item, and I would like it to be a sub item of item 1, I will do increase indent or decrease indent to be on the same level. And here you have options for undo and of course redo. And also you have some handy keyboard shortcuts. So if you check out this list, it will give you a couple of key shortcuts that work with the command key on OS X. If you're using Windows or Linux, then you will use Control. So for example, the underline is Command or Control U. So if I select a piece of text here and I do Command U, it's going to be underline. If I do Command B, it's going to be bold, and so on and so forth. So this is basically the list of tools that you can use. If you go to text mode, you also have a few tools here on the top. Tools like bold, italic, link. If you want, for example, let's select this one and do link. It opens the exact same window you saw in the visual mode. Okay, and that's basically how the editor works. And as I said, you can use this in posts and pages. This icon right here, it says distraction-free writing. So if you click it, everything else will go away and you will be taken to a page where you can edit your content without other distractions. So you have a toolbar at the top if you hover over it, and you have your content that you're working on. Let's hit exit full screen. Let's update and have a final look. So that's a quick tour of how to use the WordPress editor. Now, in the next lesson, you'll learn about how to manage comments. I'll see you there.